Now, speaking of the NBA, Maria, Quinn Snyder, he debuted as the Hawks head coach on February 28th. A lot of people were kind of like, man, hold on, this dude gonna start coaching right now? So he's trying to get some of that $8 million now. This dude came off of a vacation. He was in Puerto Rico or Costa Rica or somewhere.
Costa Rica, yeah.
One of them Ecas, yeah, he was in one of them Ecas. Having some family time and everything like that. But I think one of the things that I respect about Quinn Snyder is the fact that he was able to say, you know what? I want to get a good look at this team right now. I want to see what I'm working with, and not necessarily I wasn't necessarily sold on them going on a run like they did, back in 2021 with Nate McMillan took over as the head coach. But I do like the fact that he's a guy that said, I want to get in here, I want to get a feel for these guys. And I don't know about you, but I kind of like what I've been seeing with his interactions with Trae, which we know is a very important relationship going forward for this team as in the now and for the future. But I want to get your thoughts on what you think about Quinn Snyder so far as a head coach of this team.
It's funny that you brought up the vacation thing, because the dude was wearing board shorts at practice, his very first practice. Seriously, I was like, get this man some shorts.
Right.
It was the funniest thing. I was like, oh, he really was in Costa Rica.
Right.
But I do really like him so far. But again, it's such a small sample size with a team that already had something going before he got there. I do like that a lot of the players have said what he does right now is just kind of allows them to play. And he's kind of more of a secondary figure at this point in time. I'm sure he'll infiltrate himself more as a coach and more hands-on in the coming games. And as we get further down the season, there's not much left. But I think it was smart for him to jump in and get acclimated to this team right now, because this is the perfect time to do it. I mean, there is a lot of drama happening with the Hawks. Obviously, we wouldn't be talking about a new head coach if that were not the case. So to get in and to figure out what's going on, to talk to the players, to get with them one-on-one. And he's very much a relationship type guy. I got that vibe from him when we spoke one-on-one. And then even talking to Kyle Korver, who's the assistant general manager for the Hawks now, who obviously played here in Atlanta. Everybody knows the story about Kyle, great guy. But he has played for him before. And he kept telling me, I learned something new. This is what I took from our conversation that I thought was the best. He said, I learned something new every day with Quinn. And you know how hard that is to do in the NBA, to learn something new every single day? He said he came to work every day and had something new for me. And I thought that was really important, because we haven't heard that from players in a while. And even seriously, I was there the first time that he was doing shoot around as the new Hawks head coach. And he was more involved. Normally we don't get to actually see the coach be with the players. They're usually gone at this point when they let the media in. He was sitting with every single player one-on-one. Even Trae, pointing things out, going through different things with them. I haven't seen that from someone in the 3.5 years that I've been here, which isn't long, but it's enough of a sample size to get, 3 NBA coaches now? Yes. So, I've been impressed so far. And everybody that talks about Quinn, he has a proven record at Utah, right? I mean, 6 out of the 8 seasons he made it to the NBA postseason, and you want somebody like that. The problem with the Hawks, at least for me, and this is just my opinion, I guess, is that when you talk about the Eastern Conference Finals run a couple of years ago, they overachieved in that year, right? Nobody expected them to be there. So once you reach that point and you're in the Eastern Conference Finals and you're making it deep in the Eastern Conference Finals, everyone starts to expect even more. So it puts them in a rough position. They're there. They have the pieces. They have the roster. It's just, can Trae get along with Quinn? Can they learn from each other? And can they work together? And then how can you make the whole thing work around them as well? This is one of the best backcourts in the league. Use it. Let's play defense. Let's figure it out. Hopefully Quinn's the guy to do it.
Yeah, I think you said the key right there, because you talk about the best backcourt with Dejounte Murray. They have to figure this out and make this thing work, because that's what I'm concerned about. I'm not necessarily concerned about John Collins and whether he's going to be on the team. Yeah. I'm concerned about Dejounte Murray and Trae Young finding some synergy, and Quinn Snyder being able to unlock those two guys on the court at the same time. Because when you think about giving up 3 first-round picks, that is a lot of compensation for a guy that's, after next year, he's going to be a free agent. And when you think about the amount of money, I know Tony Ressler would tell anybody that was willing to listen that he wasn't making moves not to stay up under the luxury tax, but That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
Those were the optics. That's exactly what it looked like when they traded Kevin Huerter away for a bag of gumballs and some Scotch tape. You know what I mean? It's like so those are some of the things that I feel like, with this team and how this team is going to be built, not only for the short term, but for the long term. That's what I'm kind of looking for. I'm looking for that long-term stability, just like the Falcons. I want long-term stability, man. I want to be able to have teams to root for a long period of time. And I think Quinn Snyder is the guy to do that. So as we move forward, I thought you brought up a really good point about Kyle Korver too, because, according to, Landry Fields, when in that introductory press conference, he said that, hey, soon as Landry Fields, the person who said, I made the decision, he made it very emphatic about letting everybody know he made that decision. So when he said he made a decision, he said Kyle immediately called Quinn Snyder on the phone and said, hey, what you want to do? And I absolutely love that, because I really feel like this organization need to be able to make phone calls like that and be able to establish relationships with people and be able to, and be respected around the league, because, Kyle is a guy who's respected in the locker room,
Absolutely.
around the league, and obviously, the type of relationship that he had with Quinn Snyder, for Quinn Snyder to pick up the phone, he's like, man, you forget that. I'm waiting till the offseason so it can be a bidding war so I can really get this money. So I really appreciate what Quinn Snyder brings to the table, because I think this is something that can eventually bring them to the point where, hey, we get some respectability around the league, because Lord knows the whole athletic report and Shams Charania and Tony Wrestler going on the car wash on a Friday, that was just it was just a little awkward, Maria. I'm just gonna keep it like that. It was a little awkward.
There's never a dull moment right now with the Hawks. It's great entertainment. If you're not paying attention, you probably should.
Yes, absolutely, and it's even more crazy behind the scenes, because you can tell how Maria's looking. There's some things that she can't necessarily say that's written all over her face, and there's some things that I can't say either, and I got to throw it away as well. But we're gonna continue to talk about, what you guys need to know right here on ATL Day Ones. And there's something that happened that I thought was very interesting, and I really feel like sometimes companies just need to just relax and let people have fun. Before we talk about that, though, got to talk about Built Bar. How about this? You looking for a delicious treat, but don't want all the fat of the calories? Go try a Built Bar. I don't know about you guys, but I've been getting skinny around this thing. I'm starting to shape up. I'm about to start walking around with my shirt off.
You look great.
I appreciate that, Maria. You know what I'm saying? I've been eating these Built Bars because I know a lot of times I'm in a rush. Can't get anything to eat. I don't got time to make something. I go grab me a Built Bar because it's quick, and it has 130 calories, 4 grams of sugar with a whopping 17 grams of protein. That's what you want when you need something quick before you go hit that iron, because I know I got to get it in, so I need a little energy in my life. They even got, what kind of flavors they got, Jarvis? Hold on, I got you. How about this? They got the flavors like churro, which is amazing, by the way, peanut butter brownie, and coconut almond. If you don't like coconut, but you love almonds, you can barely taste it. So go and check those people out. Now you don't want to wait around to get a box. Here's what you need to do. For years, we've been talking about ordering the Built Bars at Built.com, right? You can still get your Built Bars at Built.com. However, but if you want them doggone, go pick them up, you want to feel it, you want to go to a box store, Walmart or Sam's Club, they got everything right there for you. So head to your nearest Walmart today and go find yourself a good, nice, tasty Built Bar.